All right, so welcome to our fourth Juneteenth Flag Raising. So my name is Janice Campbell Means. I am a member of the Flag Committee. I am one of the co-chairs of the Juneteenth Committee, and I am also chair of BCCR. So for a little bit of housekeeping announcements, the bathrooms are right inside. If you're not familiar, bathrooms are right inside, straight ahead. There's water in a blue cooler over here. And of course, our BCCR table is over here for you to sign up, get information, and to get your flyers about Juneteenth, which is on Saturday, June 21st from 1 to 5 at University Park at BSU. I would like this time to thank the Bridgewater Public Library for allowing us to raise the Juneteenth flag here. I'd like to thank David Wilson for being in charge of the sound, BTV for recording this event, Chris Hartman for raising the flag, the police who are going to make sure that we are safe, the BCCR for their support in tabling, and I also want to say thank you to the Flag Committee, our fearless leader, Lorene Powers, Chris Ajemian, Kayla DeFinio, and David Michael, and Sandra Smiley. So now if we could have Sandra Smiley, she's going to read the land acknowledgement.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandra Smiley, and I am a member of BCCR, and I welcome you here today. I'm going to be reading a land acknowledgement that was written for us a few years ago by Dr. Joyce Rain Anderson, who is coordinator of the Native American and Indigenous Studies at BSU. So, I humbly ask you to acknowledge the Wampanoag peoples upon whose land we now stand, and to think about what that means and what you know about this history and this place. The time has come to reckon with the history that we are a nation built by stolen bodies on stolen land. Wherever you are, wherever you go, it is your responsibility to find out whose lands you are on and to acknowledge that space and the people. In those spaces, you will find reminders in the names of rivers, streets, trails, and public areas. As current occupiers, this is an opportunity and an invitation for you to find out what the names of these places mean in Indigenous languages and their histories. Land has meaning. Wampanoag and other Indigenous peoples of this area have been here for millennia, living as caretakers of these lands long before the 1620 landing of the Pilgrims, long before Columbus. Despite the many attempts at erasure, Indigenous peoples are still here. As beings living on these Indigenous lands, it is our responsibility to know a more accurate history, to honor and incorporate Indigenous knowledge into our lives, and to understand the meaning of land as our relative, not as a commodity. A land acknowledgement should not be taken lightly, but as an act of disruption in order to undo Indigenous erasure. A land acknowledgement urges us to be accountable to undo colonial practices that stand in the way of equity for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. So I want to take this moment to dedicate this flag raising to my parents, George and Doris Campbell. Their children witnessed what they endured to live and raise a family in Bridgewater. I was only a few years younger when I learned that where I grew up in Bridgewater and surrounding neighborhoods was redlined. And that's when the light bulb went off to me, that I was like, oh my gosh, that's why there were so many African American families near me. I never knew that this is why we were all in one place. I also want to dedicate this flag raising to all of the other African American families, past and present, who have contributed to the town of Bridgewater. I want to recognize their sacrifices, hardships endured, and how they made sure their voices were heard and were making sure their footsteps were left behind by the stories that they continue to share through family and friends. In this very emotional, turbulent, and dangerous environment that we are all in, we must continue to move forward, no matter what. In the words of Barack Obama, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. I now ask that Sonia Striggles come to the podium. She is going to read the resolution and speak a few words on the flag raising.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Resolution R FY 25-010, a resolution honoring Juneteenth. Whereas, since 2021, Bridgewater Communities for Civil Rights, the First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church Bridgewater, and the Martin Richard Institute for Social Justice have worked together to host successful Juneteenth celebrations with the support of the town of Bridgewater, the Bridgewater Public Library, and the broader community. And whereas, despite the unfortunate cancellation of the 2023 event due to inclement weather, the Juneteenth Committee remained committed, successfully hosting Juneteenth 2024 at University Park, in partnership with the Martin Richard Institute for Social Justice at Bridgewater State University. And whereas the Juneteenth Committee, in cooperation with those mentioned above, are once again hosting a Juneteenth celebration to take place on June 21st at University Park. And whereas, in May 2021, the town of Bridgewater designated June 19th, Juneteenth, a town holiday. And in June 2022, 2023, and 2024, the town council supporting the raising of the Juneteenth flag. Be it resolved that the Bridgewater Town Council declares June 19th, 2025, a day of commemoration and celebration, and proclaims that the Juneteenth flag will be flown at the Bridgewater Public Library from June 16th, 2025 until June 30th, 2025. Be it further resolved that should new flagpoles in front of the Academy building be installed prior to June 16th, 2025, the Juneteenth flag will be flown at that location instead of the Bridgewater Public Library. So I just wanted to thank everyone that took time out of your Monday afternoon. We have a beautiful day and it feels like good karma. We are amongst all good people with good intentions of making our world a better place. So what better than a beautiful sunny day to have that happen? This community means everything to me, to my family, who came here in 1957 to give their children a better life. Bridgewater embraced them. Despite that, there were trials and tribulations that many others will discuss and talk about. However, they still stood steadfast for their love and their commitment, not only to Bridgewater, but to Plymouth County in general. So I just want to thank all of you for your steadfastness, for showing up, doing the work, and being committed to a better life for everyone. Thank you.
So right now I ask everybody to please stand, turn over your program as we now sing the Black National Anthem.
Sing till earth and heaven ring. it resound loud as a roaring sea. Sing a song full of the wicked that darkness has done. Sing a song full of the hope that the present brought us. Facing the rising sun of the day begun, let us march on till victory is won.
Now please remain standing as we now raise the Juneteenth flag. This is our 4th Juneteenth flag raising. May we still have many, many more. So I'm gonna move away from the program for a little bit and invite State Representative Dennis Gallagher of the 8th District of Bridgewater and Rainham. If you could come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, as we celebrate the 4th raising of the Juneteenth flag here in Bridgewater, many people ask me, what is the significance of Juneteenth? Some people ask me, why is Juneteenth just now being recognized around this country? Fair questions to some people, I get it. But this recognition is long overdue. The date and the significance, we know, has always been there. This is historic, as Black history is American history. As we raise the flag this year, as in the past few, and certainly in future years to come, this is a celebration of freedom and a necessary reminder of the continued fight for equality, specifically for Black Americans, the legacy that they had under slavery, and the systemic racism. Black history is American history. With decades of struggles since June 19, 1865, yes, progress to some extent has been made. We have elected a Black president in our country. We elected a Black governor in this state in 2006. We have diversity on our town council and other positions in our community. And there are other dozens of Black leaders throughout our history that have given the good fight for the equality and other good causes. Black history is American history. Today, the struggles do continue, unfortunately, with some wanting to turn back the time and take rights away. But we need to continue to stand up, stand firm, never take anything for granted, and always do the right thing. Because Black history is American history, and there is a lot more history to be made. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gallagher. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the rest of the program. We are now going to bring up our Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School students, Esther, Nettie, and Briana Riley.
Hi everyone, I'm Esther, Nettie.
And I'm Briana Riley.
Juneteenth commemorates the end of the United States enslavement people. That last mark of freedom was when Major General Granger ordered the final enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation in Texas on June 19, 1865. The word Juneteenth combines the word June and 19. This is when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced the end of the Civil War and the freedom of all enslaved African Americans in the state. It marks a significant moment in American history, recognizing the delayed implementation of the Emancipation Proclamation in Texas. I am here as proof of how far we've come. I represent what Juneteenth did in empowering future generations, and this holiday stands as a constant reminder of how far we need to go. A constant reminder that we, all of us Americans, need to continue being change agents. What does Juneteenth mean to me? It means freedom, love, and unity. But with that comes change. Change is to adapt to something else, create something new. We've all experienced change before, whether getting a new job, moving to a new community, purchasing a new car, or simply growing up and experiencing the many changes that come along with that journey. All of these come with change. For African Americans during the Civil War, change was something that they desperately wished for. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed of change from segregation. Frederick Douglass wrote about change after he gained his freedom, but not all change was welcome. Still, change is a good thing. Without change, we wouldn't be seeing young people of color becoming doctors, congressional leaders, teachers, lawyers, CEOs, engineers, and more. Change also means evolution. With an evolution of time, we see the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. That comes with the strength and resilience of African Americans and their allies, their fellow Americans who value and want change. We press and vocalize the need for change through protests, strikes, and boycott. Without change, taking action to adjust unfair practices and policies, we wouldn't have the society we have today. Barack Obama once said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time." Thank you.
I am Briana. Like light, we can't be broken, even when we bend. Amanda Gorman. Today, everyone has gathered to observe a day of delayed but not denied freedom, Juneteenth. It reminds some of shackles, chains, and pain. But for me, I see strength. Strength through generations, strength from agony, strength into power, into words, and into possibility. And yet, we are still strengthening. The strength we honor on Juneteenth stems from the resilience of those who endured incomprehensible hardships, but still found ways to resist, to survive. They did not wait for freedom to find them. They went out searching with their voices, bodies, and their souls. We must inherit their strength because their fight is our call to action. Because being Black means carrying the weight of history, yes, but it also means making history every single day. In the way we dream, in the way we speak, and in the way we act. And now, we are the melody and the movement. We will be more than a label they've tried to place on our back. We are architects of the building called the future, paving roads with the blood of our ancestors. So we'll rise not just from chains, but with the rhythm in our veins. Juneteenth isn't just history, it's an honor, a soulful reminder, even that we made it through cotton fields and silent pain. Every day, our people continue to defy every system that tried to make us small. From Tulsa to Selma, turning trauma into triumph. It's more than a moment. It's my ancestors' dream. 156 years later, but we heard it and held on to it. So when you ask me what Juneteenth means, I won't just say strength. It's the echoing of songs sung by those who knew they might not get to taste the fruit of freedom, but still planted the seed.
Okay, so next, the Vice President of the Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School, Yolanda Beach.
Hi there, good afternoon, and thank you so much to BCCR for inviting us. Very happy to be here. I'm one of the assistant principals at the high school, and you just heard from two of our lovely students who wrote their speeches and wanted to just share their thoughts and experiences. And now I get to share mine as well. When you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what is happening. Juneteenth reminds us that yes, enslaved people experienced despicable and traumatic treatment. And today, we celebrate overcoming. We celebrate unity, freedom, change, and a new day. We make the decision to embrace these points of light. This is why we're here today. Day in and day out, each of us makes decisions. Today, we have heard about change, freedom, love, unity, strength. And when we reflect on these things, we reflect on the significance of Juneteenth. Our young people so eloquently expressed their connection to Juneteenth. For me, Juneteenth means we decide what we focus on. We decide how we respond to what happens to us. For each of us, living life, we encounter, we witness, we hear about cruelty, man's inhumanity to man, deceit, greed, corruption, and other traits that are the antithesis of the values embedded within celebrating Juneteenth, celebrating freedom, truly celebrating America. We each decide each day, again, what we will focus on. We decide on how we respond to what happens to us. We have a choice. Every single day we make hundreds of choices. We watch the news. We have a feeling about that. You can choose to be angry and saddened and live life in that space, in that place of hopeless defeat, succumbing to fear-mongering, or you can choose to come together, work together, lift each other up, encourage each other, fight together, and ensure that we protect each other and help each other. That's what it means to be American. We get to choose to embrace our commonalities and our differences. We get to choose to learn about each other's cultures and interests, values, and needs. And we get to create the change that we need without leaving anyone behind. For me, Juneteenth is about hope. Hope for an even better and brighter tomorrow. Juneteenth is a celebration of freedom. Yes, it took a long time, and yes, freedom is what we live and enjoy each day, today, as we sit and stand side by side. Juneteenth represents the shift in our country and ultimately in our world. A shift that brought down barriers and fears, a shift that upheld freedom for all. We must continue to fight to keep the barriers down and the fears at bay. We all deal with difficult days, challenging situations, and unfair practices in big and small ways, on a personal level, a local level, national. And we get to choose what we will focus on and how we will respond. Decide how you want to show up in the world. Decide if you want to be a part of the solutions. Decide what you will focus on. Now, for each of us who showed up today, we have clearly decided that freedom, change, unity, and love for one another, we've chosen that that's what matters. We have chosen by showing up today, we've said that we're standing up with each other and for each other. And that truly is what really matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beach. So our next speaker now is Sybil, the Governor's Council.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
All right. It's an honor to be here with you all, celebrating the 4th year of the flag raising of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is not just about the past. It's about the ongoing pursuit of justice, equity, and true democracy. Celebrating within our community reinforces our collective responsibility to honor freedom, learn history, and build a future where everyone's rights are protected. The real meaning of Juneteenth at its core, Juneteenth is about freedom delayed but not denied. It reminds us that justice must be actively pursued, acknowledging the past, celebrating culture and heritage. This is why celebrating Juneteenth within our community matters. Celebrating Juneteenth with others fosters unity and healing. Coming together help bridge racial divides and create space for understanding and reconciliation. Shared education, it encourages us to have dialogue and learning about Black history, which is American history. Empowerment, community gathering, amplifying voices, build pride and inspire collective progress, whether through parades, rallies. We must remember, community celebrates and strengthens our connection to each other and to our ongoing fight for equity. Juneteenth also underscores the ideals of democracy. Freedom and equality are not just promises. They must be actively protected and extended to all people. The delay in the emancipation, for Texans reveal the rights are only as real as their enforcement and the active civic participation like voting, protesting, and organizing is essential. Celebrating Juneteenth reminds us that democracy is a living process. It requires vigilance, inclusion, and engagement from every generation. So again, it is an honor to be with you all today. Juneteenth reminds me of our ancestors, what they had to go through for me to be where I am today. I'm the first woman of color on the Governor's Council in District 2. Since the emancipation, a tongue twister, since 1790. So for 1790, there's never been a woman of color to represent the Governor's Council in District 2. And I am proud to be your Governor's Council and to be here with you all today. Thank you.
Can we please give all of our speakers another round of applause? So before I close, I just want to say that the Juneteenth flag from Texas is red, white, and blue. The flag that we have decided to fly is the Pan-American flag, which was created in 1920 by a group known as the Universal Negro Improvements Association and African Communities League. The group was led by a Jamaican politician, political activist, journalist, and speaker, Marcus Garvey. The colors in this flag, the red is for the blood that unites all people of Black African ancestry and shed of liberation. The black is for the people whose existence as a nation, though not a nation state, is affirmed by the existence of the flag. Okay, give me a minute. And the green is the abundance and vibrant natural wealth of Africa, the motherland. So I just want to say again, I want to thank all of our speakers, Sonia, Esther, Nettie, and Briana Riley, Yolanda Beach, Tami, Sybil. Thank you all for your wonderful speeches. I want to thank the Bridgewater Public Library for letting us do this. I want to thank our photographer, Kayla Tijon Cisse. Yeah? And of course, our musician has walked away for a minute, Bob Richards. I would like to thank him. And I would like to also thank all of you for coming out and supporting the Juneteenth Flag Raising. Thank you to everyone who is here. And please don't forget that on Saturday, June 21st, we continue with the last big party, woo-ha-ha, is our Juneteenth celebration at University Park from 1 to 5 on the Bridgewater State University grounds. So thank you all for spending your afternoon here. Thank you so much.